And so, you know, I feel like there's been so many angles that people have approached this. And obviously, the first of the discussions is the nature of the healthcare system, right? Luigi Mangione was obviously making a statement about the nature of the healthcare system. Brian Thompson was the CEO of United Healthcare, which has the highest rejection rate than all of the other insurance companies. So, you know, obviously there was a message that was being, you know, that Luigi was kind of putting out there. And so a lot of people have been talking about the healthcare system. And one thing that we know about the healthcare system is that these mother suckers exploit the hell out of us, right? The health insurance system, I should say. The healthcare system is a problem too, but the health insurance system, these mother suckers exploit the hell out of the people, right? We all have horror stories of having claims rejected by companies. We all have horror stories of being on never-ending holds with these companies, getting hung up on having to call over and over again, call this number, get transferred to this person, get transferred to that person, and nobody can help you. We all have those horror stories. And so it was very interesting to see the reaction, right? Because on the one end, you have one part of the society who's cheering Luigi Mangione on and saying like, he's right. You know, we support what he's done. And then you have the other side of society who's like, oh no, violence is bad. You shouldn't do violence. And we should not be, you know, praising a murderer. Right? But when it comes to the healthcare system, you know, one of the interesting things about health insurance, first of all, we all know health insurance is nothing but a middleman, right? It's basically someone who is preventing us from getting great care by adding fees on every single thing that we do and every single thing that we need, every single prescription, et cetera, et cetera. And so you have these companies out here that are taking advantage of people, especially working class people, right? And you have these CEOs like Brian Thompson, who has, like I said, the highest claim rejection rate out of all of them. I believe it was something like 30%, over 30%. So if you submit a claim to United Healthcare, you had at least a 30% chance of them rejecting it. That's crazy. And we understand how insurance works, right? Like, we all pay into this system in the hopes that when something happens or if something happens, we're covered, right? But yet, whenever it comes time for us to recoup that investment that we've made, when we have medical emergencies, when we have medical issues that we need taken care of, suddenly these companies want to give you the runaround. Suddenly these companies want to reject all of your claims. And it's like, when you think about it, it's so wild how they get away with this. We talked about the medical industrial complex lobbying system in Washington and how they are able to basically take advantage of the people because they have such a strong lobbying system. And there's so much money in politics that these people have so few regulations that they're able just to take advantage of the people. So you mean to tell me that I've been paying into this insurance company every single year, every single month for years, never ever once have I needed to use it. And then the one time that I need to use it, now I'm rejected? What the hell? One of the things that gets me about insurance is the fact that they can deny you at all. What do you mean you can deny me? The purpose of insurance is to cover you in the event of, right? Like, the logic behind insurance was, look, if we all contribute to this pot, this money pot, right? Then I know that if something happens to me in the future, I will be covered. And that if there are people in this money pot who need like extensive medical treatments, you know, people who really are getting serious treatments like cancer treatments, et cetera, you know, those people should be able to benefit from the fact that the rest of us are not using our money up all the time, right? So it's like, look, I'm putting in this amount of money into this insurance system with the understanding that I may never use this. I may never use this. This is just insurance. This is just insurance that just in case something happens, I'm covered. And when something does happen, unless it's something super extensive, the odds of me using up all of the money that I put in is so minimal. So why are these companies out here just willy-nilly denying claims? And when I'm putting in that money, I'm also doing it with the knowledge that I may not use this, but somebody whose mother has cancer, or somebody who just had a horrible car accident and has all these, debilitating bills, knowing that that money that I may not use for myself will cover those people. And there's enough of a pot because, again, we're putting in just in case. So most people are not getting out of insurance how much they pay into insurance. And we're putting in this pot, and it's like, we don't get it's like, we should have the security and the benefit and the knowledge of knowing that we are protected. Always. No matter what. And what's wild is that everybody can win. Like, we can all be protected no matter what. And the company can make money, and the CEOs can just make money. They just can't make as much money. They just can't be making, 20, $30 million a year. Maybe they're going to have to cut their salary back to a paltry $5 million, a paltry $3 million a year. Maybe they won't be able to buy, shadow yachts to shadow their big yacht, their actual yachts. It's just, that's one thing that's always gotten me about and not just health insurance, any insurance. I'm like, if I'm getting insurance, it's because if something happens, I expect y'all motherfuckers to pay out. And we all do. And they never tell you, when you're signing up for insurance that, like, hey, we are likely going to deny you when you actually need our help. No, they make it seem like they're going to cover you and take care of you and you're good to go. And we have all these great benefits, and all of the, negative downside of it is small fine print in the 3,000 page contract that you have to sign. So that's why a lot of people are supportive of Luigi Manigone. That's why so many people are supportive of him, because they're like, these CEOs, they're out here exploiting people. They're exploiting us. They're taking advantage of us. And, regardless of how you feel about violence, they need to be stopped. And some people feel like if this is what it takes to stop them,